Okay, food break finished. Now, I also did some roulettes when I was eating, so I hopefully won't hit like a level, like fucking wall or something. I don't know. Anyway, right now we start level 88 quests as the heavens burn. Let's get it. I think it's me weapon coffer. Ooh, for 545. Sheesh. Sheesh. So, have you learned aught more of the final days? The journey was well worth the risk. No doubt your newfound knowledge will be a great boon to us all. Fortunately, during your time on the First, events have taken a turn for the worse. Sans are running themselves ragged trying to contain the spread of blasphemies, but it's a losing battle. Trying to ascertain that where and why of it, LSA and Alphano. Oh my god, I have auto advance on. LSA and Alphano have been traveling all over. Of all the regions they visited, Locus and Menace is one of the worst affected. Bencred, Estinian, and Graha took a detachment of allied soldiers there to offer aid, succor to those in need. But the province is vast. We only managed to visit a handful of coastal villages. That was an accomplishment worth celebrating still, but drop in the bucket at best. In the meantime, Ystola and Masumatoria have been making a concerted effort to establish contact with Hydaelyn in the Ethereal Sea, but to no avail. As for Tatu and I have been keeping a close eye on the Forum. What we gather, they've been constructing a vessel to ferry people to the moon. A ambitious project that has likely been years. It's taken years, if not decades in the making. However, since we've no sign of it thus far, I suspect it's still incomplete. We also recall the proposal issued by Master Fortunault to the people of Razatan. Following their discussion, Vitra declared his support for the plan and urged those who wish to evacuate to accept the Forum's invitation. So far so good, but that's where things get a little strange. Apparently the Forum caught wind of the lunar teleporter in the Tower of Babel and decided to use it to deliver people to the moon instead of their mysterious ship. Therefore, to secure safe passage for the Hanish refugees to the tower, Alphano, Alisei, Estinian, and Graha traveled to Garlemald not too long ago. Trouble is, the capital was hardly the safest place to begin with, and now fallen days have come to Garlemald. Oh, good. 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 If Garlemald wasn't already shitty enough. Shortly after our friends arrived, they were sent to rendezvous with Master Fortunault, then panic broke out and our communications were severed. From what fragments we were able to make out before the link shell went completely silent, we can only assume the phenomenon has spread to the capital. Those need you, Zoe. Please, let's help them. Yeah, I mean, I got some new tech while I was out. But I mean, they'll make all the difference, I'm sure of it. Camp Broken Glass was their first port of call, so you'd best start there. Hopefully Lucia will know where they are. No telling what you'll be walking into, so you'd best take every possible precaution. You say that, they say that every time. They're like, you better prepare. Oh, hope you're prepared. If you're not prepared, not prepared. Okay, 1 second. That. Put it over there, and we do that, and we put that there. Up that, and there we go. All right, so to Camp Broken Glass, let's go. Hefty ass TP prices, man. Damn. Trying to fucking rob me blind. Yoshi P's over here like, he will never suspect my plan to just rob them. Follow the gill. And this is a instance, so let's get it. Zoe, not a moment too soon. The skies over Garlemald are ablaze. That they are. But it's events on the ground that concern me. As you'll have heard, your fellow Scions arrived ahead of you. We cut out the customary greetings short after we received a word from our troops on the Magna Glaucius that the Forum's airship has landed. It was then that the heavens began to burn. Dispatch your friends at once to ensure the refugees come to no harm. I would have you join them immediately. Additional support is en route, but we will discuss them later. I trust you're ready to depart. On departing from Magna Glacius, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to do this. Yep. In addition, you will participate in battle. Your progress will be saved at certain points. In the event that you are defeated, you'll be able to try again from the most recent. Okay, sick. So, AKA, it's gonna be a long ride. Strap fuck in. Earlier on the Magna Glacius. Oh, good. Yep, just giant monsters and shit. Oh god, you're dead. And I haven't seen that one before. Don't know what that does. I see they brought the Demogorgon to Final Fantasy. Nice. I see they've brought it to Final Fantasy.
No. We were promised an escape. Not the same doom we fled.
Okay, you got the big sad.
I shall not meet my final days here in this blasted waste.
What you gonna do, Mr. Master
Calm
Fortune now?
yourselves. Your panic is our greatest enemy. Come, we must build a line of defense.
There's nothing but monsters all around you, dude. What defense are you gonna do? Hello? Oh shit, it's the kids.
How?
Leave the fighting to us, Father. You must lead the people to safety.
He looks kind of weird there, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. I was succeeding. One tap him, dude. There you go. Bum, bum, bum. That thing looks hella weird.
I can handle this pair.
You shall tend to the refugees. Let us be about it.
As you wish, my little lord.
Estinian's like, ooh, take charge, okay. Got to play as Dolphino here. Oh, good. Time to see what all these do. Restore 3. Oh, I don't get any time. Oh, God, I do.
Help is at hand.
Another road. What does this do? It says to a target and all nearby enemies there. Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay, and then this is, yeah, sure. Here you go. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna apply dot to everything and then AoE.
Leave it to me.
Oh, never mind. That was only a one-time. It was only a one-time gig. That's not what I meant to do. Laser. Now I can heal. There you go. It's all over. We're doomed. Yeah, you're gonna transform into weird shit because you can't control your emotions.
Those who can stand, come with me.
Yeah, please don't turn into
Easy
weird
now.
shit.
Deep breaths. You're safe now.
for the refugees, but for yourself.
I see. Yeah, time to fuck them up. Oh no, it seems we have been injured. That sucks. Oh no, you're gonna take a lot of damage. Here, have this. My dot fell off. But what a fucking shame, that's not a thing. Bow, bow. Bow, 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 bow. Don't worry, friend, I'll heal you. Got him. Got him. Bow. Sage is so cool. Get to do this kind of shit. There we go.
Fight hard, but not hard enough.
I didn't put the bear on him. Fuck me. Okay, at least he gets some autos, I guess. Oh, that's not what we do. Yeah, get it. You got it. Woo. Oh God. That's not what I thought that was. What the fuck? Hey, come, can I play as a Stadian, please?
Help! Someone, please!
What?
Oh God. Oh yes, I see we have brought beholders to Final Fantasy. Like an eye, buddy?
No. Don't. I don't want to die.
Forward! Let not a single fiend escape!
Yo, Pog. The Empire is here.
Wait, that's
It's Julius.
Euless and the army. So, you've recovered then? In time enough to be of aid. For once.
Oh. The boys are here.
We can speak of it more later. For now, we must fight! To repay your salvation in kind, or with better! For Garlemald has her pride! Of that I've no doubt.
Good gods. Of all possible saviors, the Imperial Army.
Ooh, somebody mauled. What the fuck? Oh, Oh God. I see we have hit it with big
I had
death.
hoped to take all of them down at once.
Think a withdrawal might be in order?
Oh, sod that. You know who would never abandon these people to their fate?
It's me.
To be devoured by their former friends. That'd be beyond cruel. These beasts must fall here and now.
Yeah, get him, Elsie. Get him, girl.
Well then, I'd say it's high time we threw caution to the winds.
So long as you spare me the heroic sacrifices. Now, let's go!
Less talking, more casting. Oh God, I was kidding. Fuck. Oh no. I played red page, dude. Scorch combo. Okay, so that's combo. This is that. Contra 6 for cure, emboldens damage buff, and this is okay, sick. Alright. This is okay. Oh! I need to actually be up in his face, huh? Boom. Boom. Oh my God, they all died. Okay, nah, I've scorched for the next fucking shit. Oh my lord. Just for cure. Oh, that was mine. I'm fucking stupid.
I'm fine.
Ow. I'll bring cash money, dude.
Not today.
Got him. Ba-ba. There's the combo out, and I'll do Scorch. Oh God.
I'm not done yet.
Where's my fucking shit?
None to worry about.
Ouch.
The air crackles with energy. Find cover!
I'm glad I picked the right one.
As they say, turnabout's fair play.
Oh, can I do this? Yeah, get him.
On guard.
Boom. Did I not kill him? Fuck. Oh, I did. I was about to say. Da 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 da. Woo! Get him.
There's not the barest trace of ether. Maybe there really is no way to bring them back.
Yeah, that's an issue that needs to be discussed. How to bring people back from the depths of sorrow.
Thank you for saving our lives once again. I remember you from Purusha. You helped us there too, didn't you?
Ah, you're from Palaka's stand. I'm glad you're still in one piece. Or you will be, once I see to that injury of yours.
Look out!
The fuck? Yeah, it's coming to eat your ass. My man's got it. The all-rounder.
Here. Quickly! I won't lose them. Not a one. This will be a brighter future. I won't let a madman's apocalypse ruin everything we've fought to achieve.
Get him, Graha. Ooh.
Get it together, Alize.
Ooh, I get goosebumps.
Embarrass in yourself. And in front of father, no less. You might never measure up to our champion.
It's, to be honest, it's me. Do you really think?
But we ask too much of him as it is. You mustn't let our sword in the darkness fight alone.
I'm not alone. And neither are you. I just saunter in nonchalantly. Did somebody call a hero? Did somebody call a hero? Because I am here. This is precisely why you never skip your SWAT regimen. I literally just said her. Why'd you skip legs day, dude? Why'd you skip legs day? No leg day skipping.
I can look after myself, you know.
Wanna build that booty? Squat. Wanna build them legs? Squat. Wanna build that Slav? Squat.
Everything's in order, I trust.
It will be when I'm done. Oh, another one.
I've had enough of this rabble. Come on!
I agree. Let's hook it up, bro. Ooh, when I get triple the powder gauge now, you're
Trio
fucked.
for the ages.
Oh, you are so fucked. Oh, it's not even close, dude. I'm kicking your ass. And then I could just be like, boom, hyper velocity, boom, hyper velocity, boom, hyper velocity. Oh my god. I fucked that guy up.
Just the beginning.
Did I just say LSA use her fucking AoE thing? Are you... I'm telling my eyes to see me there. Easy. What's up, eyeball?
I had a feeling I'd find you here. This should be the last of the worst troublemakers. With me!
Sorry, eyeball, but I've met your match. Easy. Easy mode, dude. You left yourself wide open. You done fucked up.
On your feet.
I'm real with you guys. I think I'm just gonna eat it. That was the play. That was the play. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to hit you with the eyeball laser there.
Leave the healing to me.
Don't worry, I will stack with you.
I am in your debt.
Alright guys, gonna think I'm a little mad, but
Now, where were we?
ooh, the eyeball's fucking dead. We did it. Let's go. Easy. Fucking easy. One second. All right.
You must board without delay. The ship will depart ere long.
Your offer to host us in Charlian is most appreciated. But will the final days not soon fall upon it as well?
Silly goose. Ray.
Your hesitation
Still
is not unwarranted. The satrap entrusted me with your lives, yet I have failed your comrades. Nor are you wrong to fear that this corruption will continue to spread.
I mean, it doesn't matter.
I cannot promise.
In space, there's not more ether.
Even in my homeland.
You're still fucked.
What I can promise is that I will do all in my power to protect you.
Are we forgetting that fact?
Is not inconsiderable. Even now, my countrymen are preparing the vessel that will deliver us to a sanctuary on the moon. Join us on our journey there. and beyond to new horizons. Come to old Sharlayan. Please.
We would be fools to refuse such a generous offer made in earnest.
I think if you go to the moon, you're just fucked anyway. Doesn't matter.
They've a new destination.
Guess I think you're fucked faster.
The people of Radzat Han have known too much suffering. The march to Garlemald will only bring them more, short though it may be.
I quite agree. Fortunately, they have you to look after them.
Yes. Well.
Behind you! Just there!
Oh God. Odds on those licky tongue motherfuckers. I want to say we know who that guy is, but no idea.
More of them.
Beeper? No fucking way. Oh.
Xenos! Here! You'll be all right. Hurry to the airship. Why have you come?
I agree.
A heretofore unseen beast. 'Twas ripe for the slaying.
'Twas ripe for the slaying.
Poor sport, alas. Unfit to temper my blade.
Oh, for the love of... You cannot still be on about a rematch.
That is and has ever been my sole concern.
I'll give it to you right now, dude. I'll give it to you right now.
You, on the other hand, are fixated on a different quarry.
Yeah, because you are just
Passion
weak.
pales before mine. Yet neither hate nor despair seem sufficient to recapture your misdirected bloodlust. So I hone my blade, and I wait.
That's it. That's all you care about. Garlemald is in ruins. Our homeland, the nation you rule, is as good as gone. Along with so many of its people. Not just soldiers like us. Not only those who fought and killed for power and duty. Innocent civilians.
He's got your ass on that one, bud. Wake the fuck up.
By their own flesh and blood.
More than
Lost
once.
and confused as they breathed their last. While we who survived with our lives and minds intact were left to freeze to death. The Eorzeans tell me all this was your doing. You slaughtered your countrymen. You did! For what?
For sport.
For nothing in the end. So much wasted effort.
You bastard!
For your
hold
own
on.
sake, Euless, you must control your anger. It will serve no one should it consume you and see you transformed.
Would you be happier had I a good reason?
What we should have done in the first place. Like I think that's what it comes down to.
If my motives met with your approval, would you no longer resent the outcome? If so, then perhaps a beast's skin would suit you better. Duty, honor, morality. All constructs of convenience when put to proof. Surely the war taught you how easily power becomes the tool of the self-righteous. How the people's justice was merely a means to their ends? Yet you would ask me why. Ask any creature of this star and those above for answers, and they will tell you what suits their fancy. And they would be right to do so. What meaning there is to be found in the petty vicissitudes of your existence must be gleaned by you and you alone.
Kill him.
Should you seek it in battle in the fruitless pursuit of my demise, then come. Assume your rightful place as a notch on my blade.
That would be stupid. I assure you of that one.
You are a blight on the Garlean race, and there would be no more satisfying way to expunge it than by beating you to death. But I will not be party to another tragedy. I refuse to lose anyone else because of you. So go. Go! And may we never suffer your madness again!
Thanos is like moderate, dude. Like, that motherfucker's just one-man army. He's like, okay,
Xenos!
bud. What do you want, child?
Perhaps you found meaning in living this way. I cannot deny you found strength. Yet if you only pursue your hedonistic pleasures and pay no heed to the plight of others, then no one will give you the time of day. You will never get what you want, not even the battle you pine for so dearly. You'll be alone for an eternity, and you'll deserve every agonizing second of it.
Because Xenos has been on the back burner like this entire time. Even now, he's not important at all. I think this was just to be like, hey, he's still here. But, like...
We're ready to depart. The refugee ships will be leaving shortly, but I've asked mine to remain for the time being. There's room enough for you to join me on it, if you wish.
Journey with Papa?
Do contain your surprise. I needn't agree with the Scion's methods or intentions to acknowledge that their deeds are deserving of gratitude.
We appreciate the offer. But might I ask why you are delaying your departure? I presume it is not solely for our benefit.
I must visit Garlemald ere we return to Sharlayan. Having caused such an uproar, 'tis only meet that I explain myself to the Ilzabard contingent.
Allow us to accompany you then. We should be glad to facilitate, given our familiarity with all concerned. If you would like to join as well, Eulus, we can speak of recent events on the way.
He'll be after your seat on the forum next.
Oh, there's gonna somewhere in here there's gonna be a reconnect moment, dude. I'm calling it. It's gonna be wholesome as fuck. Wholesome as fuck. Okay. Sec. Alright, 1 second. There. What's up, Alice? To see Zeno standing there, so uncaring, unrepentant. Gods, I don't know what came over me. I just blurted out the first thing that came to mind. But looking back on it, I stand by those words. I would say I hope I don't cite him to further villainy, but to be honest, I doubt he even remembers what I said. Anyway, enough about all that. Good to see you again. Yeah, fuck Xenos. Alright, saw blade tech. Nice. Outside help.
No major injuries then. Good.
Nothing too bad.
I briefed the recovered soldiers and sent them on their way as quickly as I could, but nevertheless feared they would not make it in time.
The additional support was invaluable. Your men saved more than a few lives. Though not all, I regret to say.
Wow.
I take it that I'm addressing Lucia Junius. I'm the forum's envoy, Fortuno Leveilleur. And you are owed an explanation for these most dire developments.
Another trial wrought by the final days. I was beginning to suspect as much. You doubtless feel some consternation having been forced to abandon your original plan. But trust me when I say you were right to send the refugees elsewhere. Beasts have been sighted within the capital. Perhaps it was a stroke of grim fortune that the population was decimated beforehand, as they've yet to appear in any great number, but in time. In any case, Maxima leads the remainder of the contingent in an effort to cull the creatures and evacuate the populace as we speak. Once the airships have taken to the skies, I pray your men can be persuaded to join him.
You'll permit us to retain our weapons?
I wouldn't have sent you after the Scions were I expecting you to stab them in the back.
Huh.
And I, for one, would not consider past transgressions more relevant than future contributions. Regardless of the circumstances that saw us at odds before, we need men of courage now, more than ever.
Yeah, because there's too many fucking poontangs running around going, oh, life's done! It's fucking turn into whatever the hell.
We swore to defend Garlemald, and so we shall.
It seems you have everything under control. You will excuse me then, for mine own duties await.
A moment, Master Fortuneau. You did desire to express your appreciation for services rendered, did you not?
I did. Though if you intend to again ask that Sharlayan alter its course, you will find my gratitude insufficient.
'Tis nothing so onerous. I wish to hear the details of this grand endeavor of yours.
He's like, oh, fuck.
Do you swear to listen and to learn, and not to embark upon some scheme to impede us?
I swear.
Any other, I would doubt. But you, I trust to keep your word. For not once have you broken it.
Get him.
Very well. I will request that the Forum make you privy to our plans. You may await our summons at the Baldessian Annex, assuming the decision is in your favor. Does that suffice?
It does. You have my thanks. Excellent. You can regale us with tales of your most recent sojourn to the First while we wait.
Oh, does the Forum know that we can just fucking travel to different, like, dimensions? Like, oh!
Did you hear something just now?
I farted. Sorry. I fucking called it. Wait, no. There's something else weird with that.
Where is this star's blasted pudding?
Never mind. Not what it said. I didn't. Bullshit. Whatever. I hate these things. Fuck it. Let's get them out. Get them out. I hate them.
Dawn may banish even the darkest night, and to this bitter clime bring warmth and comfort. 'Tis heartening to see such an assembly upon my return. I thought often of you whilst I looked down upon our star's brilliance from the moon above.
Yes, but what are you doing here? And dressed like that? Aren't you cold?
I agree.
Verily, I fear for my health should I proceed to expound upon our purpose ere I procure more suitable garments.
Then allow me to summarize. We're here because none of you lot are up there. nor has anyone deigned to send word about any changes in the plans. It's rude, is what it is. At least that's what I thought at first, but then folks got to wondering if you weren't in a spot of bother, so we decided to take matters into our own hands. Come down here and help, if our help be needed.
What kind of help you gonna give?
So she says, but it's also something of a convenient excuse to visit Etheris. Urianger made it sound absolutely marvelous, more so before the impending doom, but still.
Impending doom.
And it's not like there will ever be a better time. What with the aforementioned doom? Marvelous, they say, yet not an ounce of pudding to be found. We must suffer Urianger's inferior works no more.
You eat carrots. What do you mean pudding?
Maybe consider the plight of present company before you go blathering on about pudding and doom?
Like, yep.
Ahem. As I was saying, should you require any assistance with whatever, we are at your disposal.
And if I don't?
We were born from Heidelin's love for the lives of this star.
Oh.
And naturally, we would much prefer to see them continue. Twiddling our thumbs up on the moon is hardly conducive to that, though, is it?
Aren't you guys supposed to be building homes?
Aye, not when you've all got such precious thoughts and feelings and hopes for the future deserving of more active preservation. Speaking to Urianger made us realize that while we've carried out our duties to the letter, we've failed to fulfill them in spirit.
Eh?
From there, it was just a hop, skip, and a jump towards resolving to do better. So please, show us how. Help us help you.
Can you build a ship to go to the moon?
Forgive me, but are they?
Yes, they are.
Thy distant collaborators, indeed.
Hail, fellow, well met. You'd be a member of the Forum, would you? It's an honor and a pleasure to meet you at last. I'm Livingway, Heidelin's right paw. That last bit is very important. As am I, if I may humbly say so myself.
I bid you welcome to our star, Livingway. On behalf of the Forum, I thank you for traveling such a distance to meet us. As you have surmised, preparations for the Exodus have not proceeded as smoothly as we had hoped. I should be happy to personally escort you to our headquarters in Charlian, where you may advise us as you deem fit.
'Twas with reluctance that I set aside the great work of readying the moon for habitation. Be assured that I did so only after the Loperids made plain their earnest desire to come hither, and I myself felt a growing certainty that their contributions here would prove invaluable. 'Tis
Thank you.
trite, perhaps, but I followed my heart.
Next time, just listen to me, please. Okay, just down the fucking. Good to have you back. Don't make me read any of your dialogue, please.
For a time, at least. Nevertheless, 'twas worth the journey to find present company well. Wilt thou attend us at the Forum and lend thine own wisdom?
If that's all quite settled, can we start moving before Urianger catches his death? Even I'm freezing out here.
Oh, I dare say you'll warm up quickly once you're aboard the airship. Sat shoulder to shoulder with our fur-covered friends.
Well, oh, you meant them. Quest accepted. Oh, back at Charlian we are. Hell are you? I dare say Master Fortunato was as nonplussed as we to learn the identity of Highland's lunar custodians. As you will soon discover, they have much and more to offer the Forum. I suggest we return to the Annex forthwith. We may yet have time to discuss thy recent adventures, ere we are summoned to the rostra. Thank God he's back. This is a sightseeing log person. Yeah, sure, I'll do the thing. Yeah, thanks. Thanks. Walker entry is nice. Alright. Now we gotta go to the Annex. Bum, bum, bum. Annex. Alright, what you got for us? Womp 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 womp. Not that I'm complaining, Orange, but I wasn't expecting to see you quite so soon. Nor I thee. In extolling the virtues of Atheris, I did inadvertently awaken in the Loporrits a desire to avert our beloved star's demise. Corral tells us you have obtained new knowledge that may aid us in our ongoing efforts. I have news to share regarding our study of the ethereal sea. Your findings are certain to be of greater interest, and so I would rather hear them first. To what revisions did Highland's Elpis flower lead? Well, I know the cause of all this. But that to be a fucking space chicken. Because the Martians made them sad. This dynamis is what drives the final days. If Fed and Akasha are one and the same, this all but proves Nadana's theory. For an entity through sheer force of emotion to channel this vast dormant reservoir into a raging river, its power might surpass even that of ether. If our star is so replete with ether, said entity would need to be outside its influence to effectively manipulate the dynamis of the great expanse. Medion, or rather the sorrow and suffering of fallen citizens that she has been hoarding for millennia. Untold anguish and fear, hatred, drawn from every corner of the universe, all for a single purpose, the destruction of Atheris. But our foe is no longer some unknowable calamity. We have but one aim, to defeat Medion. Make it sound so simple, but you're not wrong. Vanquish Medion, we deliver the world from the final days, but to even attempt it, there are two conditions. First, we must determine her location. Before Medion escaped, an enchantment was placed upon her by Vinay, the woman who would become Highland. Implications of temporal magics are not entirely understood, and so we cannot assume that our Highland and Vinay you met in Elpis are one and the same. Nevertheless, due to her intrinsic qualities, as an all-powerful being, I'd wager that Highland possesses the knowledge we seek. Whether she would share that knowledge with us, however, remains to be seen. Overall, she intends for us to flee Atheris, not to stay. You suppose she has abandoned her pursuit of Medion? Someday I know, but never give up. The Venonat, I know. That's my impression too. Otherwise, she wouldn't have used me as a conduit for her will, or provided clues such as the Elpis flower. I believe she's been waiting for mankind's answer to Hermes' question. But what's the second condition? Must find a mean to reach Medion. Naturally, our chosen method will depend entirely upon whosoever she has made her nest. Meeting with Hadlin must by necessity come first. Do you or Master Mentora have any luck with your investigation to the Ethereal Sea? Sadly not. Though when enlisted the help of Ehrenwald and the other Echo-blessed allies, couldn't detect so much as a whisper of Hadlin, even from within the anti-tower. Master Mentora is of the opinion that in the years since abandoning it, the Forum has found some other method of receiving instructions from Hadlin. So, it would be most likely be some form of apparatus for observing the Ethereal Sea, but closer to home. Sorry to interrupt, we just received word from the Forum. Your presence is required in the Rostra, where they intend to discuss the Great Exodus. Father was able to persuade them. Finally taking us seriously. Let's see what they have to say. Let's go. Oops. Rostra Stewart. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna TP to the Rostra. Forum is in session, and as such, the Rostra is closed to visitors. Sign of the seventh dawn. Very well. We wait in the corridor. Of course, entry will only be permitted on the condition you leave your armaments at the door. Lest you forget, the sacred institution holds rational discourse in the highest. The implements of war are expressly forbidden. Have my word. Ba-ba.
There is a matter I wish to raise with you before we enter. We are here to listen and to learn. But if the Forum's plans are more or less what I expect, then I should like to make a proposal that will serve our ends. By your leave, of course.
I don't see why not. Your words and wits have gotten us this far.
Agreed. I will present our queries so that you may consider the most advantageous way to advance your proposal without distraction.
Thank you, everyone.
Dad versus son.
If I
Two
may
wins.
have your attention, the ad hoc session will now commence. The The purpose of today's assembly is to brief the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, at their request, on the Great Exodus. You may enter. On behalf of the Forum, I commend your heroic actions on the Magna Glaciers. We shall not soon forget your service to us and the people of Radzat-Han. The Satrap, whom we have informed of the refugees' new arrangements, sings your praises as well. As an expression of our gratitude, we will endeavor to answer your questions as fully and openly as we are able.
Then let us begin. First, it is the Forum's objective to ferry the life and knowledge of this star to the moon. Am I correct?
You are. It is for this purpose that Sharlayan has labored these many long years. We have collected biological samples and scientific records from across the star. When the time comes, they will be moved from their places in Labyrinthos and Numenon and conveyed to safety. Once that critical task has been accomplished, we will begin transporting the Sharlayan citizenry, which has been categorized into groups. The earliest arrivals are to ensure hospitable environs for those who come after. Following our people, we will send those of other nations in turn, beginning with our allies. Radzat-Han was foremost among these, but since the final days have already come to Thavnair, we saw fit to include the refugees with earlier groupings.
An ambitious plan. You have accounted for the safety of all nations and tribes, then?
As many as we can.
Huh.
And how, pray tell, do you decide who to leave behind?
To journey beyond the sky is an unprecedented and immeasurably difficult endeavor. Introducing sources of inevitable conflict would condemn all to certain death.
Questions as to the validity of that approach aside, are your plans proceeding apace? We're under the impression that your primary means of celestial transportation is incomplete.
If only in that it does not meet our optimal parameters, that is correct. This Ark, as some have taken to calling it, is fully operational and could be launched even today. However, the final days have progressed more quickly than we anticipated. At present, the ship is incapable of attaining speeds sufficient to meet our evacuation targets. Should we put the vessel into service, as it is now, we will be unable to travel to the moon and back quickly enough to complete the necessary number of trips. Precious lives and knowledge will be lost.
Seven hells. Is there anything to be done?
The ether burner, the primary means of propulsion once the craft is in the space between stars, is undergoing testing to determine whether it can be made more efficient. Though cargo is being loaded for the initial phase of the Exodus, we are prepared to continue our experimentation up to the day before launch, should it prove necessary.
What if the Scions were to solve your problem? We shall help devise a means to improve the ether burner's efficiency on 2 conditions. If we succeed, you must allow us to meet with Hydaelyn.
Ooh.
'Twas simple enough to deduce. You have a Concord, and so you would never have abandoned the Anti-Tower had you no other means of communication. One far more convenient, I suspect.
The second condition, also to be met upon our success, is that we be permitted to propose another use for your Ark.
We would be at liberty to refuse this proposal.
Of course. If we cannot prove its merit to the 99 here, who are we to stake on it the lives of all peoples of this star?
Delightful as always, Master Alfino.
My guy's drunk.
Oh, we couldn't have asked for a finer plan. Allow us to solve this complex engineering problem of which we were entirely unaware until moments ago. What could possibly go wrong? The satire writes itself. Yet, what field has not benefited from a change in perspective? When we are at wit's end, what we need is not the same dry theories recited ad nauseam, but fresh inspiration.
I like this guy, dude.
I, for one, have faith in my erstwhile students to provide it, and I find their terms to be perfectly acceptable.
Order! Order! We have no time to waste on debate. I call a vote. All in favor of agreeing to the Scion's terms?
Oh. Oh. Hey.
71 in favor, 28 against. The ayes have it.
What did Dad vote? Oh, he voted no.
Fortuneau, as the architect of this project, you are the best candidate to show them its current state. And bear in mind that regardless of your personal misgivings, this is the will of the Forum.
Yeah, bitch.
Very well.
I call this session to a close. Return to your tasks with urgency. The final days wait for none.
You do be right. They wait for no one. I need to do something real quick. There we go. Alright, sorry. Sorry about letting the rest of you in on my plan. I was admittedly thinking on my feet for the most part. And since we require both a means of communicating with Hydaelyn and reaching Benetton, in the spur of the moment, I saw involving ourselves with the completion of the Ark as a way to work towards both objectives simultaneously. However, we must first keep our end of the bargain by solving the problem of the Aether Burner. I like to think there's not a challenge beyond our combined expertise, or at least the expertise of our extended circle of associates. It might behoove us to learn how an Aetherburner actually works before we attempt to improve it, though. Where's Sid? Where is Sid? Going underground. As instructed, I shall take you all to see the Aetherburner. Meet me outside the Archeon. I trust you can make your way there. He's mad. Mad as fuck. The Ark is being built in Labyrinthios. Hardly surprising. Where else could they conceal such a massive undertaking? Oh yeah, he mad as fuck. Oh, it's TP there. Okay. Alright, Lord Fortune now. Our destination lies in the lower levels. The Forum, in its wisdom, has granted you access to the Archeon's lift. Up inside, we'll have Orphaline take you to the medial circuit. Excuse me. Oh, shit. Just use lift, yes. Proceed to the medial circuit. I've sent your associates ahead to Logins to Con Alpha on the other side of Merle Economics. Actually, there's something I've been meaning to. No, never mind. It can wait. Let's attend to the matter at hand. Oh, I see. So we're going to the place that like we stopped all this. I see. I'll say stopped all this, like we stopped reversing. Had to turn back. Fucking straight tomato. Mexican airplane. Merrill Ergonomics. I like how like each tier kind of has its own like soundtrack. It's Teamy Samantha, yeah, no. I'm gonna have to say her no. Good to wait here, and while our father arranges for us to use the next lift. Here being Loganson Alpha, where the atmospheric conditions of Labyrinthus are regulated. Water is drawn from the underground and dispersed as vapor, simulating the formation of artificial clouds and rain. By manipulating the temperatures in the air circulation, they are able to create the ideal environment for the growth and preservation of the biological samples kept here. Well done. How do you know so much about it? My father brought me here as a child. What? And left me behind? Yeah, we know who the favorite was. Actually, you're the one who left me behind when you went off somewhere with grandfather. That night before, I had been asking Father how clouds are made, so he decided to show me. It was fascinating. I peppered him with questions the entire time. It is all too easy to take for granted the many interweaving aspects of the natural world. To grow, nerd of its wonders. But having gained an understanding of the complex mechanisms employed by the Loporrits, recreating a similar environment, I have come to view such processes in a new light. Subterranean gardens of Labyrinthus, the lunar prison forged to contain the ancient Zodiac, habitations built for all mankind neareth the moon's surface, each unique yet undeniably similar. This is no mere coincidence. Ever since Howland unfolded to us the grim fate that awaits Aetheris, every essential resource we could spare has been delivered to Labyrinthus in preparation for the Great Exodus. But that is not all. It has also been a testing ground for the technologies that will allow us to settle on distant stars. Though the Loporrits have endeavored to make the moon inhabitable, that is not our final destination. Mankind must learn to propagate life where there is none, to thrive where all is barren. Alas, time is not on our side. I've arranged for you all to enter the Central Circuit. It is there that the most of our preparations for the Great Exodus are carried out. The construction of the Ark among them. Though our plans have been made public, access remains highly restricted. You, however, will not be subject to said restrictions. You will have free rein to come and go as you please. Such was the will of the Forum, after all. We'll prove ourselves worthy of their trust. Your trust. Let's proceed. They just want Daddy's love. By decree of the Forum, the Sons of the Seventh Dawn are permitted to enter the Central Circuit. Let me in. Aha. The Aether Burner is being constructed not far from here. Seeing the work is Kokoi the Koi. Kokoi Den Kokoi. After whom the forge is named. Once the necessary introductions have been made, I shall leave you with them to discuss the particulars this way. Hello? So I can go south. Still down there as well. That I assume is Island's thing. Whatever they're using to cure your honor with. Again, I love how like every segment has its own music. That's like kinda sick. I'm not gonna lie.
Could swap them out. No, been there, done that. Damn near lost my eyebrows. Think, Coco, think! We'd be well on our way to paradise. Visionaries patting themselves on the backs for their grand accomplishments if you'd only think!
Coco.
Yes, that does sound rather lovely.
Yeah! I mean, Master Force, you know, what a pleasant surprise. We're not blasting off already, are we?
I love this guy.
The
Already.
schedule remains unchanged, for better or worse. Which is why the Forum has elected to accept assistance in resolving the Aether Burner conundrum.
Huh. Not seen you lot down here before.
There are Archons among their number, but engineering is not their expertise. Nevertheless, the Forum concedes the slim possibility that they may have insights to offer. If not, you are at liberty to return them to the surface, by whatever means you see fit.
I assure you that won't be necessary. Now, about your troubles with the ether burner.
Aye, I'll walk you through it. Suppose I could do with a change of pace. As the name ought to tell you, the ether burner burns ether, ambient or otherwise, and transforms it into motive force. Think of it like a giant bomb that never stops exploding. Even out in that black void where the ether's right sparse, it's strong enough to move our arc. And it probably won't kill you like an actual bomb.
It probably won't kill you.
But it ain't perfect. According to my calculations, to travel to the moon and back fast enough for the Forum's liking, the conversion rate needs to be 6% more efficient. A measly 6%, you say? But if I could have squeezed even another 0.6 out of it, don't you think I'd have built it that way in the first place?
Percent.
Hast thou consulted with the Loperids?
Yes, they too are conducting their own research, for lack of a ready answer. The moon's propulsion systems are considerable, naturally, yet they are commensurately massive. It is no easy feat to convert their technology into an efficient means of propulsion for a teeny tiny toy boat, as they say, and as I most certainly do not.
Yes, exactly! Damn it all, I asked for refined adamantite and they send me uppity rabbits with inscrutable, ancient, incompatible technology! You're trying to drive me mad!
Do you speak of Allegan refined adamantite, perchance?
You know of it?
I have some right here.
Only in the most general terms, I'm afraid. 'Twas an alloy of Allegan make, but the secrets of its production were closely guarded. As I recall, the record stated it was vital to Dalamud's construction and launch.
Aye, that's the stuff. No material more conductive far as I know. Slotting some ends like blowing up a dam and watching the river of ether come rushing through. Ain't a living soul that knows how to make it though. We were fortunate enough to salvage some for the ether burner, just a wee bit, mind, from a chunk of Dalamud that came hurtling into the northern empty during the calamity. With more, well, that extra 6% efficiency would be child's play. It's a crying shame that we've no other sources.
Surely the many shards of Dalamud scattered throughout Eorzea would suffice. Why not get the refined adamantite from them?
Oh, we tried, believe you me. But only a few specialised pieces would have had any in them to begin with. Drive cores from Ragnarok-class internment hulks. Those are the prize bits we really need. According to the Gleaners, getting to them means delving deep into the shards. And the defences are still very operational and very eager to blow them up. It's rough going in there, even for the cream. Not sure they'd make it out alive.
Weren't
Well.
we near that part of the Ragnarok when we went to destroy Bahamut?
The White Raven's ghost. It haunts me.
Heavens, are you all right? You look pale as a... Well... Best put that battle from your mind for now. Deep breaths. That's it.
There are multiple internment hulks in Eorzea alone, so handling this ourselves may not be the most efficient option. Rather, if we could salvage adamantite from the shards simultaneously...
Thancred, is the link shell we established before you went to Garlemald still active?
Of course. The floor is yours.
What's all this?
Actions.
Gathering firewood, so to speak. We alone can accomplish little, but joined by others, we may yet build a bonfire to carry us heavensward.
Oh, he said the name! Oh wait, that's the wrong expression.
This is Alphino. The Scions have need of you.
I don't know who he's calling, but it better be Sid. That's all I'm saying. It's not Sid.
Understood. I will contact the Lord Commander and dispatch our finest at once.
Okay, it's not Sid.
My sisters are somewhat preoccupied with the final days, so I will lead the 12-foot expedition myself.
Are you aware of any other sources of refined adamantite?
Logically, such an invaluable alloy would have been utilized solely where absolutely necessary, in components intended to conduct or collect surpassing amounts of ether. Any extant instrumentation or devices would have likely found their way into the hands of etherologists or enthusiasts.
Magical artifacts of Allagan design? The Eastern Alliance will send word to one and all. Are there other ways we may offer aid? No shards of the Lesser Moon scar our soil, but our stake in this cause is no less for it.
Is there anything in Othard that might be of use to you?
What did you say? Oh, you got friends in far places, lad. Anyway, if you're offering, I wouldn't say no to one of those Far Eastern sacred relics. Some of them can hold enough ether to summon a whole damn primal. Why not source my pack with the ether burner? And 3, 2, 1, kaboom!
I gather you heard his explosive enthusiasm. Might you secure us a suitable relic?
It shall be done. I know little of machines, but I promise we will do our utmost to gather the materials you need to finish your starship. I am glad for the work, in truth. Better to busy oneself than wait and fret over disasters foretold.
Then why are we all still standing about yapping? There's plunder for the taking, and I'm a born plunderer. I'll be an old Charlian before you know it. Start mixing the grog.
I'm certain that can be arranged. Thank you all, and do be careful.
Just like that.
This is what happens when you build connections instead of being like, now we'll do it.
Just like that. Our refined adamantite is on its way. Now let us consider our next steps, shall we? There's yet much to be done.
He's jealous. Peanut butter and jealous. He's sad he don't have any friends. Sad, he's mad, he's dad. Who's bad? What's up, Crow? Sound like these. They were reminded of how famous or infamous Alphino has become. Who'd have thought he could achieve so much with a single link pearl conversation? As we're expecting rather a lot of visitors in the near future, I'd best return to the service and inform the relevant parties. I also have to contact my own. I also have a contact of my own that might be worth a try. And who might that be? Sid. That's for me to know and you to find out. On that note, I leave matters here in your capable hands. Best of luck. Meanwhile, in old
of action is clear. We must harvest refined adamantite from the shards of Dalamud and procure arcane relics of Allagan make. Summon the best and brightest of our immortal flames and form an expeditionary party at once. Call upon the Sultan Sworn and Brass Blades for support as you must. Papashan, send word to the guilds. We will require the expertise of master artisans if we are to have any hope of identifying and recovering these elusive materials. Thiergeist, we have need of your stone torches. They are to assist the immortal flames in scouring the ruins and to help secure the surrounding areas. I trust I can count on your support.
As commander of the Stone Torches, my son Zimberk will personally see it done.
Pippin, I would have you lead the raiding party. Assemble your finest, and with Chizona's blade clear the way. Lord Lolorito, I pray you take charge of the search for Allagan relics. Surely you know of some being traded on open or clandestine markets, or sleeping in collectors' vaults. Of course, I ask not that you do this out of the kindness of your heart. By all means, profit on the transactions. I wish you the joy of it. The final days descend upon our world. If circumstances are truly as dire as they say, Uldar's best efforts may be for naught. And yet, when we Eorzeans rose from the ashes to rebuild our broken realm, did we not learn one simple truth? That which seems all but impossible to overcome alone may yet be possible if we stand together.
Yeah.
It was the Scions who united us then, and it is the Scions who call upon us now. Uldar will answer that call. We will summon our courage and join the fight for our world's future. You know your duties. I, Nanamo Ulnamo, 17th in the line of Ul, bid you good luck and Godspeed.
Nanamo Ulnamo. Meanwhile, in the Black Shroud,
We fielded a goodly number, but our ranks are heavy with healers, and an abundance of restorative magics will be of little help in destroying Dalamud's defenses. Still, it has ever been thus with Gridania. We must steel ourselves for a protracted engagement.
In that case, might I suggest taking us along?
Hey, hey.
Commander Hext, what are you doing here?
None of the shards in Girabania are big enough to hold an internment hulk. So we said to ourselves, why not lend our neighbors a hand? We thought you might be short on people with a talent for breaking things.
While it pains me to admit it, you are right. Our deficiency so plain to see.
It might have been a lifetime ago, but I was once one of the Scions assigned to the Shroud. I know this forest well. I know your people. And I know we will be stronger if we fight this fight together.
Then I will impose upon you with a clear conscience. Come, let us speak of how to integrate our forces.
Like this theme is really ominous. Shouldn't be.
I won't let it all be for nothing. I promise you, Papalimo.
Oh. Meanwhile, in Corothus. Avengers assemble.
There you are! We've no time to waste, brother. Everyone has already... That was a roar! A dragon's roar!
Oh. That Vitra? No way. Ooh. Meanwhile, on the Ruby Sea.
And so, in summation, the Eastern Alliance, as well as the Honourable Lord Lolorito himself, reached out to me for assistance in procuring these treasures of the divine, and I, in turn, do beseech the Confederacy for aid.
The Confederacy. Is that a Ninja Turtle?
Hmm? Is that...
Hancock? What a surprise this is. And a fortuitous one at that. I have a favor to ask, you see.
See this Ninja Turtle talking to me, dude? I like the other chess piece better. Boo. No job too small. Our friends are searching for refined adamantite. The sacred relics, we will only know if they meet your requirements once they've arrived. In the meantime, is there aught we might do to be of service? You've already done more than enough. Bad to say, though, I could use someone who knows a thing or two about Allegan technology. See there, the lab with the red eyes, matching hair. Seem to know more than the average scholar. Ha! Only Master Cuckle knew that he was right. While he and Graha established a rapport, why don't we help with preparations for the Great Exodus? Indeed, that would mean going above and beyond the terms of our arrangement, but I propose this not to curry favor. As confident as I am that we will succeed, we must be ready for every eventuality. This would also be an opportunity to familiarize ourselves with the logistics of traversing the Great Expanse. If nothing else, it beats twiddling our thumbs while we wait for the adamantite. Fetch quest time. Woo! Well, ain't you a bunch of helpful buggers. You have a mind to lend a hand, and know where you ought to go. Charlie and Hamlet is lousy with researchers and scholarly types, busy themselves preparing for the Exodus. Ah! That lot need all the help they can get. Well, then off we go. All right. I now we go around. Should probably scope here. Ba, 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 ba. Second. Bum, 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 ba, da, da. This is the bridge we came in on. So, there's a Aether shard over there. Aether current. From what I can tell, a lot of people actually live down here. I don't know how much help we can offer, but I dare say they'll benefit from some of that fresh inspiration Scholar Monteshane mentioned. Let's start by asking around, ideally, without getting in anyone's way. Let's meet by the 8th way once our work is done. Yeah. Fuck. Ba-da-da, ba-ba-da-da. Hello. Are you with the new helpers? Working on Aether Burner. Oh dear. There are things that come to a standstill on that front. Even so, I choose that over my current duties, checking and loading and samples day in, day out. It's tiring. Make this work. Still, no one will be cross if I misplay a few legumes or what have you. The forum's got enough on their plate as it is. Oh, but with deciding who gets in, who gets to board the Ark and when, a lot of powerful people have opinions about that. My heart goes out to Master Horsenault and the others. Want to get a moment's rest, I expect. They don't even have time to sleep. Helping with the Ark. Even with all the power Master Cookle managed to squeeze out of the Aether Burner, still not enough, apparently. Now I hear the final days have arrived. Ruinous creatures rampant all over. Only begun the exodus sooner. People are dying, and no end to it if we don't fulfill our duties. But we will. We spent years preparing for this moment, believing the plan. We all will. Let's go get this Aether out real quick. We'll look for the last person just to talk to. Oh, hello? Oh, man. Offering to help, that's very kind. But I should be able to organize the rest of the documents by myself. It's mostly a list of things we'll need once we arrive on the moon, and then whichever star we choose to be our new home. My duties largely concern the maintenance of living conditions, so it'll be a lot busier after we depart. Neither our lunar collaborators have come down to assist in our efforts. Looking forward to finally meeting them in person, after having communicated with them in such a limited capacity thus far. To be perfectly honest, I have not even the slightest idea of what they look like. I do hope they're not enormous, looming giants, but I'd much prefer something small and fluffy. That beheaded rabbit over there. Little frog buddy. Little frog buddy. Oh God. Found him. Fancy meeting you here, Zoe. Our friends in the forum brought us to see their teeny tiny toy boat, which was quite impressive considering they didn't use any creation magics. What we're really interested in is the Aetheris itself, that we now find ourselves in a sort of funny underground miniaturized version of it. Oh. We were hoping the forum would give us a guided tour, but it appears they are rather preoccupied. Honestly, all the time to prepare, they're still not ready. I suppose we'll just have to show ourselves around, or at least that's what we're planning to do until we got chanced upon Ordeon J and your good self. As you're both dawdling about, engaging in idle chit-chat, perhaps you could show us a few points of interest. Won't that be fun? Wise guides. Yay. A tour of Labyrinthios. Unexpected yet prudent suggestion. Unexpected. Given the similarities betwixt the artificial environments and best way burrows, twould be in our best interest to have the Loporits acquaint themselves with these conditions deemed optimal by their Charlean collaborators. I fear, however, that continued reliance upon my limited knowledge would risk narrowing rather than broadening their perspectives. Mayhap thou art better suited to lead this venture. What a marvelous idea. Why we begin with that great big what's it who's it over yonder? Oh yes, the what's it. I shall leave its explanation to Zoe. Yeah, the fuck is that? The hell is that? The heck? Or even this. I don't know what the fuck that is. Is there a aether current behind this house too? On the other side. That is. It's over here. Goodness me, to build something so large without creation magics is positively stupendous. Perhaps you could direct our attention to its most important features? Yeah, I got no clue. Search the apparatus for points of potential interest. You may move the camera. Okay, it's one of these. Find and hunt things. Mushroom-like thing. Oh yes, this is its thing. Like the trees in the greatest Innsville. Hold on, that's a bit strange of a shape. Stand at the bottom, but big and round at the top. Quite tall for something so unbalanced too. That makes sense. That's where they store water. Is that water I hear from the inside of that great big tube? Must be because of those cogs and that gigantic wheel on the top. Oh, I see. That's how they draw up the water. There's probably some sort of spiral-shaped mechanism inside of it, too. Still hard to see from up here, but the golden pipe connected to those tanks at the top. and I can see through the window another pipe at the bottom. Must be for purifying water being drawn up from below. Well, if I were to hazard a guess, water drawn from the underground, presumably with some other mechanism, is purified here and stored in that tower before being distributed elsewhere. I'm right, aren't I? I knew it. A design brilliant in its simplicity, I dare say it would take only a moment to install in even the harshest of environments. For us Loporrits, that is. Indeed, securing a reliable source of water is of the utmost importance for any fledgling settlement. We have read, however, that the people of Aetheris sometimes make their homes in arid deserts and such. How are they able to survive? Many settlements in Thailand are built near an oasis. So wherever you choose to live, you're never far from water. Oh dear, I worry we won't be able to procure the necessary amount. We can provide enough water to keep them from dying out completely, but it would appear they rely on far more than what we'd had anticipated. A few adjustments may be in order, once we calculated the average rate of consumption per individual. It may also be worth learning about how much exactly they obtain their water in the first place. Master Alphino spoke of the machinery responsible for the feat during our journey through Loginston Alpha, did he not? Mayhap the Loporrits will share his appreciation for the engineering marvel. Oh yes, that sounds absolutely splendid. Must journey beyond the sanctuary of Charlie and Hamlet. I will lead the way. We will have to brave the untamed wilderness? Well, concerned indeed. Could not help but notice the many dangerous-looking creatures with big, nasty teeth lurking beyond the safe confines of this settlement. Were we not escorted here by burly custodians, I dread to think what would have become of us. Regrettably to many, a hungry predator with the aforementioned big, nasty teeth, Loporrits may appear to be a potential and rather appetizing source of sustenance. Might I impose upon thee to assist in securing safe passage to Loginston Alpha? For my part, I shall act as escort to Living Way and Cooking Way. I entrust Singing Way and Growing Way to thy care. Leave it to me. A more valiant protector they could not wish for. Godspeed. I have to get water right after this cutscene. My tongue will go numb reading all this shit. It's all the same to you. I'd rather not be eaten by some horrid beastie. Come along, Growing Way. The water extraction. What's it? I love filler quests. Alright, right back. Let's see. Water. Okay, survey the thingy, but we got it. No. Saw a guy's pet, whatever with his name, Hemingway, and I thought I had the little ones following me. I mentioned how much I love filler quests. Quests that have literally nothing to do with anything, but you gotta do them anyway. Because they just couldn't do without just throwing them in the store. Nice. Sick, nasty. Thank you so much. Really hope the water extraction is worth these harrowing experiences. I'll bar the fun, some might say, but I'd rather not be burnt to a crisp if that's all the same to you. Ba-da-ba-bam. Da-da-da-da-da-da. No, he's got the speed bike. Fuck. Cheater. Fucking cheater. My friends, I bid you welcome to Logenston Alpha. Logensticon? Logenston Alpha. Our destination doth lie at the top, at the lift's top. Pray follow me. Oops. Ba 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 da ba. You'll need to use this lift should you wish to go to the medial circuit. Let me know. We're headed that way. I am. Let me in. Let me in. Let me in. Let me in. Marvelous. Simply marvelous. So this is where the magic or science, rather, takes place. The perfect environment to sustain life. Artificially created. The knowledge we'll gain here will be essential when we start looking for new stars for your kind to inhabit. Apparently, most of them don't even have air for you to breathe. You're all very lucky that Aetheris just so happens to provide everything you need to thrive. Or did mankind turn out the way they are because of the available resources, I wonder? Either way, it's nothing short of miraculous. I cannot wait to see more of it. Again, right, like, this whole, like, going to different planets thing, I think is just a waste. Because we have nothing to shield us from, the despair anyway. Agriculture shock. It was all very wonderful, I'm sure, but I was rather hoping to learn more about your nourishment provision facilities. In other words, where's the food? I believe both the knowledge and consumables you seek may be found at Merrill Ergonomics. As I imagine Singway and the others intend to study every conceivable facet of this apparatus. Must I be so kind in escorting our visiting culinarian? Yeah, that sounds much more interesting. Hopefully I will be able to see firsthand some of the delicacies Orion J was telling me about. Even his incredibly vivid, if not too verbose descriptions cannot compare to sampling them myself. Not to mention Aetheris will soon be no more, so I must learn all I can while there's still time. Let us brook no further delay. Bum bada 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 bada. Da da dum 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 da da da. Stray garlic. I'm a homie, mate, if I can. I have a homie that was playing the DC earlier. So sad. Don't come after me, garlic. This is the place, yes? The heady aroma was enough to guide me here, and I've spotted several of the fruit and vegetables featured in our compendium. I'd dearly love to try some, but I read that those who help themselves to a farmer's crop without permission are often caught and put into pies. Perhaps you could ask whoever's in charge if they would be willing to part with a few samples. Cooking Way's now accompany you. Yep, sick. Come on, Cooking Way. Let's go find some stuff. Got anything over here, Mr. Jebke? What a fine mess this is. Ah, it's you, the one who climbed down the mine shaft. I know. I'd show you around if I could, but I'm rushed off my feet preparing for the Exodus. I'm not the only one. We've all got to find ways to do what we do down here, up there. First on the moon, then on whichever star the Forum decides will become our new home. It's all so sudden, so unreal. Do you want to go to the moon? Well, it's better than waiting for the final days to claim us, but no matter how carefully it's all planned, we'll never be able to take every variety of flora and fauna with us. Even the ones we can take may not survive in their new environment, so many species doomed to extinction. That's not what you came to talk about, is it? Nothing quite so dire, I assure you. We merely wish to sample a little bit of your produce, if we may. By all means, help yourself. Much appreciated, my good fellow. Where to begin? Oh, what are these? There's grapes? Yes. Let's see if they are as delicious as they look. So sweet, so sour. The taste is much like a ripe philosopher's carrot, and yet the texture is entirely different. The contrast between the outer skin and the fruit within is most peculiar, though far from unpleasant. Yes, I think I'll try another. Grapes, new favorite food. That's certainly given me food for thought. Ha! Got him. Though in a far less visceral manner than any philosopher's carrot. Please tell me, what is your opinion on grapes? I'd brave an erupting volcano for a joyous bunch. I do like some grapes. Yes, they're rather Moorish, aren't they? And from what I've read, quite versatile too. Something about people stepping on them to make intoxicating beverages, as I will call. Anyway, it's enough about grapes for the time being. On to the next treat. Maybe some apples over here. Orange by name, orange by nature. Oh, let's see. Let's see. What came first, the fruit or the color? Who cares? Let's eat. Yes, that's equal parts sweet and sour, as with the grapes, yet nothing alike. I may have to consult Orion J about expanding my vocabulary. I simply cannot find the words to describe it. Perhaps what I'm looking for is bitter. This is all very complicated, you know? So many flavors, so many choices, and each individual with their own personal preferences. Now I see why you all turned your noses up at the idea of eating nothing but carrots. Marvelous, though. They still are in my estimation. Let no one say I said otherwise. But speaking of carrots, I have yet to sample any of the vegetables. Let's see what's in the field over there. Do I eat tomatoes? I like tomatoes. Color, the texture. Some sort of enormous round carrots. Pumpkins. Oh, in any case, proper nomenclature is less of a concern than the taste. Ugh, so hard and flavorless. Might as well be chewing a piece of wood. All but confirms it. These are nothing more than misbegotten failures masquerading as godly carrots. Stop. Can't you see these are pumpkins? And no one with any sense would try eating them raw. You're supposed to cook them first. Not find it an awful bother. Far from it. Cooking is a joy unto itself. What's more, it broadens the range of ingredients that we may safely eat. But above all else, cooking allows us to draw out the full potential of our produce. Pumpkin stew has been one of my favorite dishes for as long as I can remember. And perhaps even these hard blocks of plant matter can become as delicious as the orange I sampled. I wonder though, is there anything even more delicious? How about that yellow fruit over yonder? Bananas? Some bananas? Yeah. No, lemons. See? What a wondrous fragrance. With luck, they'll have a flavor to match. As I have no idea how these are eaten, I'll just bite into it. My tongue is just poison. Is this poison? A lemon? I mean, it's supposed to taste like that? How can something so similar to an orange be so revolting? Ugh. Yeah, maybe some time before my palate recovers from this ordeal. As such, I'd best call an end to this round of sampling. Let's say our farewells and return to the others. Finished, have you? I trust you found something to your liking. I'm rather enamored with grapes and oranges, less so with pumpkin. And I'll learn the hard way they're not to be eaten raw. Then there was the lemon. The deceiver. I still feel so violated. First time, was it? I'd hate for you to leave with a bad taste in your mouth in more ways than one, so I'll give you this lemon muffin I baked. If this doesn't change your opinion, nothing will. More lemon? Have I not suffered enough? Nevertheless, it would be remiss of me if I spurned this opportunity. Bit of sick came up there. Learn more of your inscrutable ways. Very well, lemon muffin, do your worst. This is delicious. It's delicious. Although I still detect a hint of lemon, it complements the sweetness of the dough to create a perfect harmony. I never would have guessed its vile bitterness could be utilized so elegantly. My good chap, this is simply breathtaking. See, rarely use lemons in a natural state, but it has a starring role in all sorts of recipes, and the same is true for many other ingredients. It comes down to making the most of the resources at our disposal. Sometimes, that can even be the difference between life and death. I know we want to be able to take every species with us. No doubt the Forum agonized over what was worth preserving, what will be consigned to history. Hard choices, but make them we must if we are to survive. Such strength of will. Now I know what Highland sees in your kind. Mankind, the Loporrits, were both born from the accumulated knowledge of the ancients. They learned all there is to learn about the nature of sentient life, the fates of the stars themselves. Once a civilization has fulfilled the basic requirement for survival, it will inevitably seek to eliminate all forms of negativity and achieve perfection. And therein lies its folly and its downfall. For perfection is an unobtainable ideal. It is the paradox of the immaculate carrot. Yet civilizations since time immemorial have deemed the pursuit of perfection as progress. They pay no heed to the costs incurred in their futile quest, and all too often become the architects of their own demise, their dreams forever unfulfilled. What then is the alternative? The answer lies in knowing that our existence can never be perfect. To be content with what we have and make the most out of it. Live your own life. Do with what you want, dude. Life gives you lemons. Make lemon muffins. This is gonna be my new Discord tag after this. Pardon my Orzian, but what in the seven hells are you on about? Who are you anyway? Cooking way at your service. I'm here to prepare for the trip to the moon. Once you get there, you'll be able to try my carrots. I've been growing all different kinds, but don't worry. There'll be room for your crops too. We'll work together to preserve as many of Aetheris' species as possible, if you're up to the challenge. Yes, of course. I'll look forward to it. Well, this has all been highly productive. Probably. Let's go and see if Burion J and the others have run out of machinery to inspect, shall we? All of these quests, it feels like I'm speed reading an entire essay and fucking up 90% of the words. It's great. I love filler quests. Nothing makes me more happy. Ba-ba-ba. The Gobwalker. I like how the gun shakes. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. You guys done looking at weird stuff? One second, sorry. Go. That was the most enlightening. Especially the part with the lemon muffin. Actually, I was wondering, do you know of any other places famed for their cuisine? Limits is home for the Culinarians Guild and many less than savory establishments. Bad time to visit. The more I learn of Aetheris, the more I wish we could spare from the final days. Last Hudlin's orders ardently not to resist. If only there was some other way. Speaking of Sage Council. So I trust thy time at Rural Ergonomics did bear fruit. Get out. Get the... There's the door. The fuck up. Our own efforts, too, were rewarded. Now we possess an embarrassment of educational riches. No doubt our guests' relentless pursuit of knowledge could occupy them and us for a fortnight. Alas, time is of the essence. Let's return to Shalom forthwith. I shall gladly attend to each and every loprit there. Should further questions within my power to answer arise. Aww. To the hamlet. What we doing? Quests? Don't mind if I do. Voice acted? Fuck. Sigh. Yes, Zoe, that was indeed me verbalizing a sigh to express my emotional state. You want to know why? Because I saw the reconstructed environmental data for Aetheris at Loginston Alpha, that's why. The forest so lovely and so leafy. Are all of your forests like that? They're verdant, at least. The trees of Dravania stand particularly proud. Gasp, gasp, I say. The star is so wonderful, it comes as no surprise that you're reluctant to leave it behind. I was a fool to think otherwise. Assume that the moon was something worth being proud of. How ridiculous we must seem to you, trying so hard yet achieving so little. Yeah, you little shit. Know your place. Not at all. Thy works are no less worthy for their uniqueness. Thought I heard my tiny voices. Thancred! It's Thancred! How dost thou fare? I was able to glean a fair bit from the researchers while helping to move their cargo. Preparations have proceeded without interruption here. Despite news of the coming end, we have the forum's leadership to thank for that. Doesn't mean people aren't worried, though. Quite the opposite. Knowing disaster could strike at any moment, they hurry to complete their work, equally aware of a single error could be the difference between life and death, and we can hardly tell them that there's no cause for concern. Perhaps not, though. Oh my god. Perhaps not, though. Aided by our godly growing way, we may yet find other ways to lighten their burden. Be of use to people? I'm honored that you would think of me so capable, but I'm not sure that I'm up to the challenge. Nevertheless, I believe in thee. You say so. I suppose it can't hurt to try. I passed someone moping in the Western Plaza that looked to be in need of a helping paw. Perhaps you should start with him. Tis a good place as any. Sorry guys, 1 second. Fuck. Oh lol. Something stupid. It's okay, I'll fix it later, I guess. Oopsies. Oopsies. Okay. Alright. Time to go cheer this person up before they turn into a fucking monster. Troubled researcher. It's on your mind, friend. Can I help you? It is you who would help me. My anxiety truly so obvious. Burden shared is a burden eased. Pray tell us of thy troubles. Those old fellows do look like good listeners. I'm an engineer, you see. What they say of the ship, it's the sum of the decades of Charlian's ingenuity. It's built with peerless, elegant technology. It's all true, but I know, but none of that's a guarantee. We've never before launched a star-faring vessel, let alone flown it to the great expanse. All the tests we've run have been on the ground. Only operational personnel and cargo will be aboard for the first voyage, but even so, if it fails us then, what can we do? If it doesn't, fall apart in the next flight, or the one after that. We've done everything we can to prevent that from happening, but it hardly matters. We thought the Aetherburner's design was flawless too, and look how that turned out. Aren't thou familiar with these most daunting technologies? And thus dost thou hold the power to ally his fears. Oh, I'm not sure about that, but well, maybe you could tell me if there are any aspects of the ship's design that you're especially worried about. Our ability to walk about and perform our tasks, for one. I've devised a means by which to employ gravity, a spatio-temporal spell to regulate the environment. But what if it's not strong enough? What if everyone floats away and begins crashing into things as soon as we've left the star? Gravitation. Maybe I can help after all. Up there is not so different from down here, you see. The same rules apply, and if you consider them as part of a bigger, as one big cosmos, rather than separate places. Womp 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 womp. I suspect both parties shall find comfort in this conversation. Yes, if Thancred's tell be true, still others would benefit from insights born of experience. Might have prevailed upon the leopards to attend them. Excellent idea, if I do say so myself. There is not we'd like more than to ease the hearts of the fine people of Aetheris and learn more about them while we're at it. I'm glad I am to hear. Gather thy companions and bring them hither. Zoe, thou hast a gift for finding souls in need of succor. Pray seek thee out the distressed and the apprehensive, and inform them help is at hand. I shall await here, that I might introduce each to a suitable loporate. Yay! More filler fetch quests. Oh, I do so look forward to it. A place for every loporate, and every loporate in their place. I love the story of this game, but I would like to get back to the story of this game. Concerns? Hey, there's no point in worrying at this stage. It'll only make the work go that much slower. One seems to be coping well. Your body not coping so good? Anybody's mental boom? Not you, capricious researcher. Aha, the end of the world is nigh, yet the work goes no faster. Schedules are still temperamental things. Feasible one moment, utter blockades the next. And yet, I've never felt so alive. This one is beyond your help. Only sleep can save her now. You, yes, you, idiot. Have you seen an envelope lying around? This imbecile refuses to give me the alchemic I ordered without the bloody slip of parchment. I haven't seen shit. Your friends have a spell to make me remember where I dropped my damn envelope. I doubt there'll be more help than you. You've wasted enough of my time already. It'd be unfortunate for all involved to inflict this man upon the Loperates. This was behind 8 fucking people? Good lord. My face? What's wrong with my face? Ow. Perhaps I'm a bit tense. I was tasked with ensuring that the proper fauna and only the proper fauna are brought with us to the moon. However, the suitability of a few species is still under debate, and I can hardly make the decision myself when I know so little about the environment up there. Including Loperates in our discussions is a wonderful idea. I absolutely will, thank you. Perhaps their biology itself might offer some clue as well. Assault our collaborators. I suppose that would be more efficient than sitting here brooding. I'm attempting to calculate how much cargo we can consolidate into fewer trips. Did the Aetherburner make our original estimates unfeasible? But there are simply too many variables. I feel as if my brow will turn inside out. But perhaps our lunar associates will have more insight into how much weight constitutes too much weight for our purposes. Thank you for letting me know. I'm gonna help you. Oh yeah, do you need some loppers? Mine was a lovely idea. I too noticed people becoming rather tense, so I rushed out to pluck some fresh and fragrant tea leaves. Now I only need to track down 100 or so cups. But don't you worry, I can manage. I hope your plan to cheer everyone up goes well. This woman is doing better than you are. That she does not have to do fucking... Oh, she is doing a fetch quest, actually. Imagine enjoying fetch question. If anything's bothering me, well, I've been loading cargo for bells now. My bag feels like a void synth played it as a piano. My feet and knees are drums and cymbals too. It seems fine. Need of a break. Leave me to my misery. The forum can appoint someone else. I apologize. I simply just don't know what to do. How am I supposed to pilot the Ark if I'm already falling apart under the pressure? You know, a starship pod that I might speak with, truly? Yeah, it's a little bunny rabbit. Well then, there's no time to waste. They can help me prepare for this monumental task. Be over. Oh my, this is the dumbest shit. Let me, yeah, we did it. Yeah, I don't think I was supposed to go over that, but fuck it. Have you heard anything about what's on the moon? I have no doubt we can make it up there, but the searching for a new star part of the plan sounds awfully vague to me. I asked the forum, but they will only tell me that our collaborators have everything under control. Forgive me, but I don't feel particularly safe wandering through the sea of stars on gods know what, made by gods know who. You can go talk to them if you want. Need to say that I can speak to them directly? Amazing. Hope they like questions. God, I hope I'm done with the Loporits after this. Jesus Christ. I hate them. Yeah. Ba-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum. Apologies, but I am awaiting a delivery. Whatever it is, we'll have to wait. Peter seems too busy to chat. I'm gonna go see who I missed. Ba-dum-ba-dum-dum-dum. 56 bunches of weeds in the ground, 56 bunches of weeds, whip one out, add to the mound, 55 bunches of weeds in the ground. Deep. I'm not neglecting my duties, I swear. I was in need of a little break, you see, but then I found myself unable to relax at all, so I went for a walk and then I noticed these weeds and... pleasant conversation partners? Oh, and Fuzzy. Goodness me, that does sound much better, a much better way to relax. Hyperventilating engineer. By the gods, my chest is tight. Am I dying? Is what dying feels like? God, I hope so. Oh, do pardon me. Didn't see you there. There's no cause for concern, I assure you. No cause for concern. Even though we may need to depart at any moment, and if the hole I designed buckles under the strain, the entire vessel may explode and launch, claiming countless lives and dooming all mankind, but that is highly unlikely. Yes, highly unlikely. Our visitors can help me triple check our structural flaws, you say? Well, that would be wonderful. I'm breathing more easily already. Good luck, Fred. Good luck, Fred. Hope your mind is at ease. One there, nice. Oh. Blasted assistants. What have they gone off to at a time like this? Beg pardon, but I have not the time for idle chit-chat. I need to reconfirm that aether levels are consistent throughout the vessel's machinery, and it seems I shall have to do it single-handedly, I swear, when I find those assistants of mine. Actually, you got some helpers. You want some bunny rabbits. Operates are willing to help, you say? They won't moan about how they checked 24 times already and haven't slept in weeks. Lazy sods. Only weeks. Get some composure. This last person. Hello? Anybody here? Need some assistance? Oh, I am new. Calm researcher. X'd it out. Worries. No, I believe I'm fine. Thank you. I've been confiding in my colleagues, and that's helped a lot so far. Can't recommend it enough. This creature already has support that she needs. Fuck. Already went around this way, so hello. What am I thinking about? The medical facilities of the ship, of course. I designed them with the assistance of our sages and shurigans. But to imagine every illness or injury that one might face in the great expanses beyond any of us. Say nothing of the effects that living out there indefinitely might have on the body. Crew from the moon? Why not think of that? I mean, they're bunnies, so I don't know if the body composition matters much, but yeah, sure. Sure, dude. What's up, Oriange? Behold, Zoe. Thine efforts, word hath spread throughout the Labyrinthos. Rarely to greater number than we anticipated. Living Wade doth gather more Loports as we speak. I shall assign each in accordance with their skill. The new bonds of friendship might be forged. The greater matters require not thine attentions. Watch over them, I prithee. Womp 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 womp.
Phew! Oh, finally some rest.
Thank
Well,
God.
I haven't spoken so much in forever.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Lively, isn't it? The town is abuzz. Everyone eager to meet with our friends from the moon.
Twould behoove you to consult with Sleeping Way. As our moon's pilot, his advice should be most pertinent.
I'm impressed. Truth be told, I struggle to tell one from another. No offense intended, of course.
None taken. After you and your friends left Mare Elementorum, we spent no small amount of time with your Urianger. Oh, the conversations we had. He told us all about Atheris, answered our every question, no matter how trifling or trivial.
I would just kill you.
Look!
Please shut up.
Every page filled to the margins with knowledge. When I first arrived, I was struck by how little I knew. It was daunting. But then I realized that, were it not for Urianger and his teachings, we'd still be stuck on the moon, gazing at your world and wondering what we've been missing.
What would they think if they could see Urianger now? I dare say they'd be more than a bit surprised. And impressed, no doubt. Master Louisoix, Minfilia, Papalimo, and not to forget...
Oh there. Heard there was a visiting expert who we might bother with a few questions. I take it you'd be the one.
Yes, I am.
Who's that?
Vilson and Blovida. Charlian's foremost researchers in the field of teleportation magic, and Moonbreeder's parents.
Oh, I see.
It hath been some time. 'Tis good to see you in good health.
Likewise, old friend. Blavida and I were most honored to answer the call. Never expected this reunion, though, did we, dear?
Oh, no.
Arthur, the nerve. Sending that letter, then running off to the gods know where.
Hello?
Do you have any idea how worried we were?
I'm sorry. 'Twas remiss of me not to deliver the news in person. No, more than that. 'Twas I who...
Our daughter was disillusioned after Master Louisoix left her behind. The day the Scions called upon her was the happiest I'd seen her in years. She made her every choice of her own free will. No one could have ever forced her to do otherwise. Don't blame yourself for her death. Celebrate her life. You know that's what she'd want.
If there is one thing we resent you for, it was that we could not be there to mourn her with you. Reading the words you penned in that shaky hand, we must have cried as much for you as we did for her.
I'm sorry. I truly, truly am. I knew not what to say. Knew not how to express my feelings. The poems and platitudes of wiser men, musings on sadness and loss, studied and memorized, and meaningless in the moment.
Silly boy. We are all powerless before such grief. Even now, try as I might, the words escape me. But in our hearts, we know. We always know.
Always knew.
I remember when you were young, how the lads teased you for choosing the company of books over others. Our moon didn't take kindly to that. Be nice to Urianger, she'd shout, and give them a walloping. No matter how many times we scolded her.
So we offered a suggestion. Rather than starting fights, why don't you be the bridge between Urianger and the others? She had to mull it over for a while, arms crossed, brow furrowed in intense thought. But from that day on, she never let you be alone. She'd drag you outside to play, pepper you with endless questions, read the same books you read, all to try and understand you that much better. I'm sure it was annoying and exhausting at the time, but she only ever had the best of intentions.
And look at you now, at the center of the crowd. The reason there even is a crowd, having brought these people together.
Hello?
You've no idea how proud we are.
Fuck out of the way, Urianger. Have you heard of me?
To
Fetcher
see
of
the
quests.
boy our daughter trusted and believed in more than anyone grow into the man she always knew he could be. I can see her in you too. Feel her. She walks with you wheresoever you go. So thank you, Urianger, for being who you are.
I think I can feel her too. The truth of her life. Not sorrow, but hope and love.
This moon breeder. She was important to him, wasn't she?
You could ask the man himself.
Oh, no. But watching this exchange reminds me how much I've yet to learn about your world. And its people.
You can live here your entire life and hardly learn a thing.
True.
And that's why it's too soon for this to end.
Alright. Next. Oh, Zoe. Be assured that I am fine. I am. Well, glad to see them, too, after so very long. Better still that it was in your company. As difficult as it was to accept their kindness, it would have been far harder had I faced them alone. Yay, boots. I still like the look of the other fucking armor better. Heather and yarns. The yams. Yarns. Thou hast my gratitude for lending courage to the Loporiths. I dispose the rest of their laurels. The arrival of our guests have elected to accompany my countrymen to their stations. Some few may still come hither seeking counsels, and so shall I remain to aid them as need be. If thou art needed elsewhere, do not let me detain thee. Matter of fact, I was hoping you might check on Alice. Last I saw, she was struggling to carry an enormous pile of boxes out to the west gate. I could go myself, but we both know whose help she'd less like to scored. Not to mention that, much of my misfortune, I can think of several other things I ought to be doing. Till later. More fetch quests, or is this just swapping out one fetch quest for another? We're getting closer to the next little circuit thing over here. Oh, just like that, dude. Say, Alice. Wait, what are you doing here? I'm here to help. I don't mind you if you help with the boxes, but it's far from the most exciting of tasks. Are you sure? Oh, you have no idea what I just did for the past, hour. Well, I appreciate the assistance. We need to get these to Apora. Time is short, of course, but they're full of organic specimens and samples. They're trying not to be too rough with them. Alphino should be waiting for us when we arrive. See you there. Okay. So. Each passing second. Nice. Da-da-da-da. I'm here with the crate. Crate of goods. Oh, you're helping with the crates? Wonderful. So you can put that there with the others. You have my gratitude, but how did you come to be involved in this? Well, you see, I was doing some weird shit. Ah, I suppose I have Thancred to thank as well. You're wondering why we were tasked with bringing these boxes to Apora. To begin with, so was I. It turns out this has been made of a base of operations of sorts. Those with the final say as to what is included in the ship's manifest can be found here. Father included, I suspect. That should be everything. You carried all that at once? Are you trying to injure yourself? Oh, hush, they're lighter than they look. And not everyone has your delicate arms. I suppose we should let someone know we finished? The old Paladin is in the courtyard. We can go report to him. Why don't you come along? You should get credit for your assistance, at least. Considering where we are, and we might even have to learn something interesting. Boom, boom. Aura. Take the right first. Gimme, gimme. Up the old Paladin. Gods never ends, does it? What can I do for you? Brought samples from Charlie and Helmet, Series 110. The crates are by the entrance. Ah, thank you. I expected one of my colleagues, but you're dreadfully short-handed. Just a moment. You're Portiona's children, aren't you? Alphino and Alize at your service. We're well acquainted with Father, I take it. What? I've been friends with your parents since our days at the studium. I remember when you were about yay high, whiling hither and thither. Clearly it's been a long time since we've met. It was good to see you again, building your father's new liths, no less. You knew our parents were, when they were young. What were they like? May spare no detail. I should like nothing more than to regale you. Alas, I am meant to be in charge here, and reams of paperwork, one for submission. Thank God. We can help with that in exchange for sort of stories our parents would never willingly divulge, of course. Look. Very well then. There happen to be 3 sets of documents in need of delivery, so how about you each take one? Right there. You'll find a foreign representative waiting to collect these near the southernmost structure. I hope I haven't kept her waiting too long. Never mind, Alphino and Alize. I'm certain they'll be back soon enough. Now is it up or down? Not sure. It's down. Here's your thingy. Ain't that one of the signs of the 7th Dawn? I thought you were meant to be working on the Aether Burner. Yeah, it's kind of at a standstill right now. We can fetch quests until then. Dale Paladin's paperwork. I was beginning to worry he had misplaced the quill. I appreciate your help in seeing these documents in my hands at last. As for your other tasks, pray keep this between us, but I sincerely hope you saw and succeed. The Exodus is without a doubt the most monumental undertaking in the history of the Forum, so we must be circumspect in all respects. Risk is a privilege we cannot afford ourselves. At its heart, however, Charlian has ever been a nation of the curious. It would be a tragedy, indeed, if we were the ones to stymie your pursuit of the truth. Ooh. Quick and efficient, I dare say you have a talent for this work. The twins' papers only need to be delivered to elsewhere in the facility, so they should be returning at any moment. Yeah. We return with another scrap of paperwork remaining on our persons. You will note. Both have my thanks and my apologies for sending you on an errand far below your ambitions. Why, even as a babe, you struggled out of your swaddling clothes. And? That's quite enough of that, thank you. It was compromising stories of our parents that we asked to hear, to reiterate. Of course, of course. I've known your father for so long. You must have something. Well, as you know, part of why Levier name garners such respect in Charlian is your family's storied history. You two can trace your ancestry directly to those who came aboard Nakamprif's Hope, a lineage few can claim. I never thought much of it myself. It's not as though our forebears founded our nation. They were simply there when it happened. Nevertheless, it has traditionally been a point of pride. This is why Nakamprif's pronouncement re-announced the ways of war and pursue enlightenment through knowledge and reason has ever been our family's creed. So your grandfather's in time, Archon Louis looked not to Necomper's words, but his deeds. He asserted his defiance of his peers, that choosing to save the great and the small from the rising tides was a true mark of our founder's virtue. Perhaps it was his expertise, his knowledge of ancient prophecy and the fall of civilizations that led him to continue that to eschew conflict at every turn, was to consign mankind to his doom. There will ever be conflict and calamity to follow. Thus, to ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. You remember his words well, indeed. Archon Louis lived by that personal creed and used every means at his disposal to bring succor to those in need, Charlian or no. One loved and admired your grandfather more than his son. Yes, Fortuneau could not reconcile Louis' deeds with the philosophy of their forebears and his peers, a philosophy in which he believed so fervently, yet made a pariah of his father. Fortuneau agonized over the contradiction for much of his life. God's father. Son may carry his father's blood, but his choices are his own to bear. It is not always thus. Gods know Fortuneau's cranky old goat, so I'm sure you butt heads often enough. Yet even so, you must know that you are constantly in his thoughts every moment of every day. That is not an exaggeration in the slightest. You should have seen him when you were born. Barely recognizable he was, with a kind of dumbfounded grin I'd not seen since he first took fancy to your mother. He was practically skipping when he told me the news. Take my word for it. He loves you to an embarrassing degree. But he is always frustratingly single-minded. Once he has decided that he has given action its best, he will stay the course no matter who or what opposes him. Profoundly annoying habit when you're on the other end of it, as I'm sure you will agree. I'll say. Thank you for your insight. When next we meet our parents, I shall mention that we spoke. Try not to get me into too much trouble now. I need the form on my side. Speaking of which, I ought to be getting back to work. I have to make sure the specimens you brought make it to their proper places, or the cranky old goat will have my hide. We can speak again later. Hail, you three. Graha. Surely Cockle hasn't driven you out of the forge already. Better for worse, no. However, he has set me with a task that requires more than my single pair of hands, and here you are. I could use at least one of you, but I won't object to more. Unfortunately, Alice and I have prior commitments, and we have delayed too long as it is. What about you, Zoe? Can you spare the time? Sure. I'm doing nothing else, I guess. Perfect. This shouldn't take long. That's what we all say. Oh, level up too. Nice. Okay. What do I get? Is it 90 that I get fucking doubled down? Once forged, an unspecified task awaits you. In the event that our, and I quote, promised heap of adamantite falls right out of the bloody sky into my lap, Master Cockle wishes to be ready to put the proverbial hammer to the anvil at a moment's notice. To fabricate these parts, however, he needs the flames in Cockle's forge to burn hotter. He sent me to increase the amount of aether being funneled to his furnaces. Flow of fire aspected aether in Labyrinthios is regulated by an elemental reactor south of here, which I have borrowed the key. The adjustments will require 2 people to carry out safely, but I can explain the process when we arrive. This is where we part then. We'll see you all. We'll see you in Charlie and Hamlet once the adamantite arrives, if not before. Go finally back to the story after 17 quests in like 4 hours. This way then. Nuts. Go southeast, say less. Where? There. Da-dum, da-dum, da-dum. Continuing with the aether current allows you to better understand the wind's movements. What have we done? Reactor is housed within this facility. I'll be the one to go inside and adjust the fire aether output. When I do, a rather large amount of water aspected aether will issue from the vent at the top. I expect this to attract at least a few elementals, which we would both rather not be drawn to the reactor itself, trust me. When I ask that you put down any that draw too near, they'll pose you little trouble, I'm sure. Sure, dude. Wait here if you would. I see. I did it. Fuck. Got him. Oh. Any more? Nope. What's up, Graha? Did everything go smoothly out here? Relatively. Not that as much. No major complications to speak of inside either. The water aether appears to be venting properly. I expect Cockle will have seen a difference in his forged flames by the time we return. I have you here. There's another matter I thought to discuss with you. Nothing terribly important, merely something I've been considering. Part of this I share with everyone, yet you, and only you, have been to help us. As we have established, refined adamantite is a product of a lag, of the Empire's twilight years, in fact. It was a material which saw much use as part of the Allagan's efforts to extend beyond the bounds of this world. Dalamud, of course, being the most prominent. Of those who would push further, expand Allag's empire to encompass the heavens and the stars above. Perhaps the greatest was its infamous technologist Amon. Fucking Van Daniel, dude. Do you remember his life as Hermes? I believe he has his own reasons. There is no evidence to suggest that he retained memories of his former life. He only joined the Asians once the Empire was all but dust, as you know. If not his memories, though, what drove him to pursue the idea with such fervor? It may seem far-fetched, but what if soul-like minds have a personality, so to speak? A natural disposition toward which they are inclined. That would, be evident of like the Azim stuff. We know with relative certainty that there was a gross decadence and an inexorable decline of Allag that moved Amon to resurrect Emperor Zande. The Empire's people spoke lightly of death and destruction, experimenting on those they deemed beneath them to fill the emptiness in their hearts. In facilitating Zande's return, Amon provided these languid souls with the means to free themselves from the mire of their own indolence. Or would have, had not Zande been convinced by his own death that life was meaningless. Amon's desire for his countrymen to conquer the heavens could only be a means to the same end, to instill the people with new purpose. Like armies before him, Amon was appalled by those around him lived, but could never bring himself to believe that those lives were devoid of meaning. And both of them sought that meaning, that hope in the distant stars. Such is my theory, anyway. Ultimately, it is the consequence of their actions which matters. Their motives are of no moment yet. To reach those stars and wings of adamantite, to travel to the ends of creation and beyond, promise of hope everlasting. How much I do understand. But enough musing for now. Why don't we see how Cockle is getting on? Okay. Back to the forge. Jesus. Can I just loop? This place loop? See if it loops. Boom. Can I get to over here? Pretty please. Aha, there it is. The sweet aether current we seek. Gimme. Bum bum. Da, 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 da. Left cockle, what you got? Phew, I can feel those flames ablazing from here. Glad you found someone capable, Graha. There's not much left for you to do, unless you can conjure up that refined adamantium any faster. Bonds of adamantite. I do trust you to deliver on your promise. I do, only. I hate waiting. I want the adamantite. I want it now. We share the same impatience, I assure you. If there's truly nothing else we can assist with in the meantime, I wish the sit about's unbearable. Pity the forms frowned on recreational explosives. Well, so long as they can't prove it was permitted, or as long as they can't prove it's premeditated, get you gone. I've made mistakes to make. In that case, I suppose I should go and return the key to the reactor. I'll have one more look to make sure that nothing's gone wrong, intentionally or otherwise. I'm certain there are better uses for your time. However, I'll join you in Charlie and Hamlet anon. Charlie and Hamlet, sure. Wait here, your companions are bound to turn up sooner or later. Sure. I'll wait here for the longest time ever. Hopefully some story progress happens soon.
All set, I take it?
Holy fuck, we have voice acting. It only took 4 hours. Oh my god.
We finished what we could. Delivered supplies, tracked down escaped animals. Trivial tasks as they may be.
That's enough, don't you think? If there was anything more important still undone, that would be a problem in itself.
The vessel is essentially ready for departure. All that remains is to load the final batch of supplies and see everyone on board. Once we've readied the ether burner, that is.
Ah, had a feeling we might find you all here.
Our consultations with the Loperites, too, have run their course. Pleased I am to say that our researchers' concerns have, for the most part, been allayed, though some insist on making adjustments to the very end. For their part, Livingway and her peers have graciously offered to stay and keep the people company, lest any lingering queries go unanswered.
All that remains is to wait for the refined adamantite.
Alphino, are you there? It's me, Cryo. Your special delivery has arrived. Round up everyone and come to the harbor at once.
Yes, adamantium's here.
Speak of the devil. Let us go at once.
Oh. Effect?
Forgive the intrusion, Master Fortuner. I bring urgent news. A great commotion has broken out in Scholar's Harbor. Your presence is requested, with all speed.
It's just the supplies getting there? I guess if it's from fucking everyone and their mother.
Now, where might this delivery be? Oh.
Holy shit. Wanted a little bit. We got all of it. Noted. Holy fuck.
I'm sure it's very important, but we cannot accept these without the proper permits.
By the 12! Surely, these can't all be.
Time to build the entire ship out of adamantium.
Bleeding hellfire! They're bringing them by sea and by air. All these folks in these crates.
That's what happens. You got connections.
And more on the way. Got your adamantite right here. A bigger haul than any of these sorry bastards brought, and that's no lie.
Ooh. Fucking got him, dude.
Yes, because you were charged with seeing the shipments from Gridania and Uldar here, along with your own. Give credit where credit is due.
Oh, now the truth comes out, dude.
Sounds like the sorry whinging of a sore loser. An hypocrite to boot. Ain't no way a scrawny whelp like you took a dozen steps inside a Dalamud shard.
I'll have you know, I went all the way to the entrance. Furthermore, 'twas my contacts that enabled us to enlist the cooperation of the Sky Pirates.
Left you outside so you wouldn't get anyone killed, did they? Well then, credit where credit's due, you did a right fine job sitting on your ass.
Take that back.
Take that back.
Make me.
I'm not touching you.
I will not stoop to your level.
My, what a grand welcome party.
Oh, there's a Ninja Turtle pog.
Hancock and Saraban.
We come bearing relics both sacred and elegant, as well as a few other gifts that may be of help, to be presented with best wishes from the Eastern Alliance.
Damn. Well, wants a piece of the cake,
Friends
dude.
in Bosnia, for instance, have sent along a few artifacts for the brave allies of the Resistance. That's you.
I myself have come with a sacred relic of the Kojin. Upon learning of your need, Bunchin bade me deliver it on behalf of the Blue with all haste.
Bunchin.
Fearing I could not swim here with the necessary speed, however, I thought to beg our Confederate allies for aid. To my delight, Hancock was already preparing for departure at the self-same port, and had space for additional cargo.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. What a homie.
We did, of course, need quite the impressive vessel to get it all here in time. Fortunately, our majestic associates have been more than helpful. 'Tis an honor to join the Warrior of Light on another adventure, they tell me.
That is all wonderful to hear, but what of the extraordinary cost? I shudder to think of the ransom we must pay for such a bounty.
Stop the end of days, dude.
Fret not for your coin purse, young Alphino. Lord Lolorito looks ever towards the profits of the future, and thus the East Aldenar Trading Company went to some lengths to reduce the financial liability. And since the Scions funded the entire venture, not a gill need be rendered up in compensation. Everything is already yours.
Oh, we got it for free, baby.
We funded the venture. When?
Oh,
Don't
God.
let the name fool you. This coin keeper knows a thing or two about spending. When it comes to capital investiture, a sprinkling of gil here and there will not do. You need enough savings to make waves when it really counts, which is why frugality is paramount.
I see.
We also have the benefit of a generous patron. Generous being rather an understatement. She has supported us from the shadows since the very founding of the Scions.
It's a fucking bomb in it.
We even had coffers to fill.
Got him. Fucking got him. Where's the daddy gonna be like, my fucking money, that bitch.
I remain, of course, an entirely neutral party. I simply thought our family's coffers were needlessly full. We can hardly take them with us on your teeny-tiny toy boat, now can we? And 'twould be a shame to leave all that hard-earned wealth unspent.
Damn.
Waste not.
Jesus. He's so mad right now, dude. He's like, motherfucking kids, motherfucking wife.
However did you manage so much in so short a time now? We expected word to reach only a fraction of our allies.
Did I not tell you I have my ways?
Oh, shit.
You were involved too.
I received a letter from Cryo after we parted ways in Labyrinthos. She explained what the Scions were trying to accomplish, and why you might soon require the services of the Gleaners, spread across the world as we are. I pray you do not interpret this as a betrayal of Charlotte. I accept that the Forum's aim in pushing us to our limits was to preserve what knowledge we have, and I bear you no ill will for it. Yet, in collecting that knowledge, what I came to appreciate most about our star is that there remains so much we do not know. That is why I chose to help the Scions, to combat the obliteration of those countless, undiscovered wonders. I held no illusions that they would be less demanding taskmasters, though, rest assured, if I had, I would have been sorely disappointed. To make a long story short, the whole of the guild ship cooperated to ensure your call was heard far and wide.
Got him, dude. Dad's mad as fuck. Got the whole squad. Oh, dude, there they are, dude. There's Sid.
What's this about a ship that can fly to the moon? And why didn't you mention it sooner? The one time you don't beg my aid, there's a bloody ship that can fly to the moon.
Sid, you brought the team.
You brought the team.
Of course. Garland Ironworks' finest. You need only point us towards my new favorite ship.
It's like an Alpha and Omega thing.
Oh, I nearly forgot. We stopped by Whirlint before coming here and picked up a package from Gaius.
What is it?
He's still of the mind that actions make for better penance than words, contrite or otherwise, so we offer none of the latter. What he sent is an Allegan relic Valens used in his weapons experiments. Has a fair bit of refined adamantite in it too.
Ooh.
As you like us not suspect, we've also brought adamantite from Mordona's Dalamud shard. I admit to some consternation upon first receiving Kryl's message. So few Scions remain at the Rising Stones now. Far too few for such an expedition. However, the Gleaners were able to secure us reinforcements. Idleshire's treasure hunters, not least among them. I know. How the Gobbyflock fought.
The Gobbyflock.
Slovitz's gratitude for the safe return of his daughter has not waned, and he gathered his kin to our side with an astounding quickness. The clash between their machina and the Allegan defences was a sight to behold. I wager even you would have been impressed by the magnitude of the Gobby booms.
Fascinating as all this is, I fail to see how it explains your presence here. Does Razat Khan not have more pressing concerns?
Nah. I mean, he's just the fucking. He's the proxy.
We do. Yet averting the final days would be the most expedient solution. That, and I am indebted to you.
Ooh. Damn right. Where's my compensation? What'd you bring?
Though they chose to take their leave of Thavnair, those you saved in Galimund remain my people. My gratitude is beyond words. 'Tis appropriate that I aid you in kind. If in the doing we bring salvation to others of this star, so much the better. You will recall that I spoke of my father, Midgard Sommer, and his journey across the great expanse.
Yep.
As he traveled betwixt the stars, his resplendent scales drank of the ether in those nigh empty surrounds, and imparted to him the strength to persevere.
Aye.
Thinking they might further your cause, I called out to my kin for consent. Ajdaya's answer was silence, as ever. Tiamat and Chrisvelgre, however, responded favorably to the suggestion. My sire, too, stirred from his slumber long enough to speak and say, "Very well." Thus have I brought you his own worm scales. Fit them to your purpose, and seek a worthier fate for us all.
Yo, we got fucking dragon-plated boat. We got a dragon-plated boat.
To find someone else so
What's a boat?
familiar with the unique properties of dragon scales. So I invited myself.
Hey, you know, you're cool. Like,
Fuck me, this is so unbelievable. I've gone right back round to believing it again.
Forget a 6% gain in efficiency. With all these goodies, we could get 7, no, 10, no, 14 bleeding percent. Think of how far we could go! What we could do with that much power! What we could blow up!
What we could blow up.
If Kokol is duly convinced, then it must be true. In which case, the Scion's end of the bargain has been fulfilled. Would you not agree?
Yep. Time to fulfill our end of the bargain. Cheating little shit.
Yes, Father?
I hate you.
I know not what you seek of Hydaelyn, nor for what purpose you would take command of our ship. Yet this much is certain. To do so will be to dictate the fate of this star and the lives upon it. The lives of each and every creature, in their magnitude and their fragility. Do you understand? And are you prepared?
Well, look around you. Have they failed yet?
And we have felt how much each life shapes this world. And so we are determined to abandon none. We understand what is at stake, and we are prepared to bear this burden.
Then I will bear it with you.
Aww.
I beg you, share your struggles with me. As family.
The reunion! They're in the will! They're in the will! They're in the will.
You grasped my fingers with such tiny hands the day you were born. I thought my heart might burst. 'Twas love and happiness beyond expression. Overwhelming, and a conviction so powerful that I trembled with something close to rage. I had heard the final days foretold. I swore to myself then and there that I would not let them steal your futures. The great Exodus would succeed, must succeed. No sacrifice or sin was worse than the alternative. If anything gave me pause, 'twas mine own father. The Archon Louisois openly decried Charlian's policies, a perspective which I regarded with increasing disdain as I grew older. Yet even as part of me thought him a fool, perhaps I also hoped that he, of all people, would devise a brilliant means to save my children. A naive hope, but stubborn enough that I could never bring myself to keep you apart. No, that was his doing, when he perished at Cartano. As we pulled that twisted slab of Dalamud from the sea, I remembered the warmth of your newborn touch. Chastened, I vowed never again to suffer any interference in my mission to protect you. No matter that you yourselves wished otherwise. Detest me, fight me tooth and nail, I would suffer it, and more, and be satisfied so long as I could force you onto the ship. I was wrong. You two have grown so much stronger and so much wiser than I dared dream.
You're damn right.
You have earned the right to walk your own path, and already begun to do so.
Good. Because there are things we care about, and people we love, and none of them is replaceable. Not a one.
It cannot have been an easy journey for you to have come so far.
We shall be glad to acquaint you with the finer details someday, once this danger has passed. All that we have seen and heard, that we have felt and learned in our travels. Ours is not a kind world, but it is beautiful. Always.
Oh no. Are you quite sure that's wise? After all, someone turns pale and flees the room when he sees so much as an envelope containing word of your adventures. Whatever will happen if he learns what you were really up to?
Don't you patronize me, woman? I'll teach you to spend my money. Give it to my goddamn kids. You're out of the will. You're next. Go prove yourself. Go conquer the world. Find yourself a Chad warrior of light.
Though I have wronged my children most gravely, I owe you an apology as well.
Damn straight. I want your thigh tattooed with my name.
Influence that made them so keen to charge headlong into danger. Yours in particular. I see now that said influence instead brought them together with the many fine people gathered here today. In which case, I hope you continue to guide them.
If we've finished loitering about the harbour, might I suggest we put our plans into motion? People are beginning to look confused.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was a long ass fucking
You can
speech.
spare a few words ere they resume the tedious lugging of cargo. You have no small number of friends and admirers here, after all.
Let's save the planet. Wow, Captain Planet. Can I get a Captain Planet? Woo! Captain motherfucking Planet! Woo! Dun, dun, dun. Our moment of triumph is close at hand. Sid was like, yeah, what did he say, Captain Planet?
Your assistance is appreciated. Now, in an orderly fashion, if you please.
Yeah, Captain Planet. Alright. What you got off now? We finally managed to clear the harbor, which means the rest is in the engineer's capable hands. Meanwhile, Father has issued us an invitation. As was agreed, he will reveal the means by which Hadlin may be contacted. We are to meet him at Aphora when we're ready. Given the valid knowledge he holds, I suggest we leave without delay. It transpires, however, that the forum's method for speaking with her is not without risks. I am curious to hear what those might entail, but regardless, be warned. Most of those who arrived with the adamantium have offered to stay and see to any remaining tasks that need doing. The forum has already asked for my assistance in overseeing the process, so you needn't worry about a thing. We can talk to her. Off to Aphora then. Yeah, let's go speak to Dad. Woo! Woo! Going to speak to Dad. Woo! Captain Planet! Captain fucking Planet! Woo! We love Captain Planet! Alright, fortune now. What you got? There I have already shown the others inside. I want to speak with Claraline? Clarine? I don't know. She has the key to the lift. Can send you down after me. Deeper. Oh, we're going deeper. Deeper, you say. You're with Master Horsenaw. Yes. Just step inside the lift here. At lower levels. Oh, what is it? Oh, it's not. Oh, it's just. Okay. What do you got? From here, we proceed to the heart of Labyrinthius. Its most closely guarded secret. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. It marks the beginning and end of our efforts. We delve to seek audience with the star, whence we will embark on our journey to the heavens. This way, if you please. It's amazing. Yes, I'm on my way. Oh, there it is, dude. There it is. We can finally see the finished product of the map. Almost. Find up here. Woo! Let's try Eisenhower. Break down this door. I saw a ship. I'm just like, it's just a wooden boat. Hold up. Wait a minute. Ooh. That ain't a little tiny ship. That's a star cruiser right there. Damn. That's a fucking star destroyer. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. I'm down. I bid you welcome. That's amazing. Direct your attention toward its center to behold the ark. Fuck. Behold the ark over which we have long labored. As you can see, it was designed as a medium-sized craft, the better to reduce fuel consumption Miniaturizing magics have been applied to its interior to ensure the thrust to weight ratio does not place too great of limitation on its freight capacity. The afterburner, as you know, has been removed for further modification. We shall reattach it soon enough. I received word that Cockle and several of your allies are working on it with intense fervor. They are sure to see it done. It was their expertise that many a prior disaster was averted. If anything, I fear they will not afford us much time for speaking with Hyland ere they finish. Point taken. Let's move on. I must warn you again, however, that even the benefit of our device to treat with her is not a simple feat. Bum, 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 bum. I've done what I can to impress upon you the gravity of what lies ahead. Are you prepared? 89. 89. What we gotta do? Ooh, it's just a short bit away. Sweet justice. But I have insufficient armory. I have insufficient Vespine gas. Oh my god. What can I get rid of? Fuck out. Where's that? That descent. Yep, there it is, dude. Get out. I don't need you. Yeah, I don't need that anymore. Get out, dude. Descent. I don't do. Not descent anymore. Fine, get the fuck out. Oh, you. Oh, you're. I know what you are. I don't need that anymore either. Okay, we chilling. Alright. Alright. Okay, so I was gonna finish tonight, but I don't think I am. I think I'm gonna save 89 and 90 for tomorrow. Because there's stuff to get up in like 5 hours or so, and I'm pretty certain the next like 89 to 90 is actually gonna take me that long. So I played like 12, 14 hours a day. A fucking bit. It's okay. Let's finish tomorrow. Yeah, done with that. Yep. Tomorrow we'll tackle the rest of the 89 quests, Fist of 90. Fucking credits are gonna take an hour by themselves anyway. And then yeah, like that. So post game. So yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. Peace.